Gonna start it.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Ash. Good afternoon, Oishi. Do we have any apologies from anyone?
Gina is apology, Kath, Brett is apology, and Catherine Lees is an apology.
Or they are busy in the HNA reporting stuff? Yeah. So I'll begin with the acknowledgement of the country. I would like to thank all the First Nation people, the land on which we stand work. I pay my respect to all elders, past, present, and emerging. And what I would like to talk is about the risk management discussions, which I had already circulated the agenda to you people. So we had for the homeless project, we had three risk issues. The first one was geospatial, which on which Ash was working, and we were discussing whether to include it at a SA2 level or LGA level. So finally, what was the outcome? We decided, I mean, at an LGA level. So we have all the data and everything collected in that LGA format, and that issue is closed. But it is still an ongoing issue because if tomorrow there's a new health needs assessment and that is on a different area like SA2 or SA4, then we'll have to again reevaluate everything and collect all the data. So any issues?
So, first we were not sure if we have to do the homelessness HNA project for SA3 wise or LGA wise. In the beginning, we thought we would be able to map the SA3 and SA2 data to LGA, but later on, after seeing at the indicators that we need for the homelessness project, the data was available in ABS and AHW more in LGA wise. So we thought we will consider LGA for the HNA projects. But in the future, if SA3 or SA2 level is available, it is doable. We can do that.
Yeah, because most of the stakeholders with the health, policymakers and everybody wanted that analysis to be done on an LG level. So we had to just follow what they wanted. So I'll close that issue. The other one was dashboard. We had initially proposed not to do the dashboard, but it came out like everything was there. And now we have Gina is all over the dashboards. And I think you guys are also assisting her in the final dashboards and everything for both the reports. So even that issue is still open, but because we may need some few more maps and other things on the final dashboard. So
also, I think the dashboard issue is still open because the qualitative analysis is still going on. Once that is done, I think Gina is planning to do some of the maps and bar graphs based on the outcome of qualitative as well. So I think we still have that issue open.
What about you, Oshi? Are you assisting Gina in that qualitative analysis and the dashboard for,
I think Gina is doing the dashboards, but then I was doing the qualitative analysis separately. So for the dashboards, I've assisted her in multicultural, and Ash has done both homelessness and multicultural. But just in terms of qualitative, I've done the analysis, and that Gina will be doing the dashboards for that.
So in terms of the dashboard for both the projects, we have nearly finished everything regarding the quantitative analysis and everything. I don't think we need anything more because there's been heaps of maps and everything all over the reports. I was looking at both the reports and there's every second page has got a map or something, which looks a bit very, very kind of very too much of map stuff. And there's nothing all there.
Yeah, I think so I have for the call stuff, the analysis will might go in the appendix, but I've also included case studies there. So that will go in the report. I have to just update that in the folder and then it should go in.
So are you working directly on that report itself, the homeless version 1.1? Because I've seen a lot of people, multiple people entering every section, like everybody
So
doing their stuff.
I was asked by Kat to just update the policy environment for multicultural, like what all existing policies are there. So I've just done track changes to everything I've done, so nothing gets mixed match.
Okay, yeah, because there's a definition and yeah, everywhere there's a comment. And as per the initial thing, everybody is doing what he's supposed to do. Because me and Ash's stuff is nearly finished. We have finished all the quant and everything, and the maps, everything, the modeling, everything is done. So we are just filling up any comment or something on that. So that is still there. So the third thing was the delay in the deliverables, which is like, for both the projects, we have, remember, we had an update till today, but that has been extended on Monday. So people are working simultaneously to finish that, but I'll keep that issue open because we haven't yet delivered the report. So our version one of the report will be delivered on Monday. That's for both the projects. The other issue which we had for the multicultural project was map classification, and we were having a lot of issues whether to include indigenous people in that and what considerations. And uh, finally, we decided that the English proficiency was one of the criteria we had included, and that's what Ash had collected all the data based on that. And that's what
Yeah.
all the modeling and everything has gone. But our what Gina has produced in the dashboard is from a different source, which is from AISW. So we'll close that issue as well. Stakeholders engagement. Yeah. Is there anything going on? Because I think it should be now finalized. And as you said,
Yeah.
Oishi, yeah.
Yeah, all the stakeholder consultations, everything's been finalized. Right now, we're just in the writing phase, the analysis phase, which is also a good progress. I think it's near to complete. It just has to go by CAT for final approvals. And I was also talking about case studies earlier. So all the consultations, some unique case study points have also been taken forth, and that will also be included in the report. And right now, I'm just in the stage of finalizing the couple of case studies that's there, and I will update it in the folder. So that's in the last stages as well.
Yeah, so we'll still keep that issue open until we have delivered the project first version report. Regarding the procurement, if you remember, we had purchased an Vivo license from Lumira. And do you have access to that as well, Oishi? Then
Yeah.
Vivo, yeah, yeah. And you also have access to that, Ash, on your
No, I don't
system?
have. Yeah, I have access, but I've never worked on NV.
Because Gina and Oishi have worked, I mean,
Yeah.
specifically for both the projects. I think your all qual and everything has been done through NVivo. So that is also that thing was procured, and the car rental thing was the other stuff because a lot of you people have been doing a lot of stakeholders, especially Brett and Kat Mitter and her team, and they were facing issues because there are like few vehicles within our team, but uh, we did had a few rental things. The other thing was like the food vouchers for people where we had
Yes.
issued those credit cards, remember, so that you can spend that. And there, do you had any issues with those ones?
We didn't have any issues, but the one thing was, we once we had the taxes book, we also had the taxi watches. But the thing with that problem with the taxi watches is like the driver also should have those kind of taxi watches accepting with them, but most of them do only online payments like Apple payment or something while booking the cab. So that would be like, again, we need to, even though the cab watches are there, we should again put our money to book the cab, and then after coming back we have to apply for refund. So that is a bit of process. I think that can be fixed eventually. But apart from that, car rentals are no problem with the car rentals. We can rent the car and then it's all good to go.
What about, because Oishi, you people have been doing a lot of like travel and everything. Like, usually this is like sometimes there's like December was the peak time and tourist season, and you were finding difficulty in accommodation and everything. So because we have a limit of $125 per night, but in some places in remote, these there are very expensive hotels, and it was very difficult. So we did had a talk with some stakeholders so that they can, if we book up any arrangements for accommodation, they should just accept that unconditionally and give us the time frame that, yeah, you can, it will be provided to you. But the cost is a big factor. So what do you think about that?
Um, Usually, like when we've done any bookings as such, there's been no issues because we do a bulk booking most cases. And when we like when while doing the bulk booking, it's and you speak to the hotel management team. There's not been any issues like going overboard with the budget. So at that phase, there's nothing been there.
I think that's it. I'll close all the pending issues, whichever we have discussed, and these procurements have already been, done, and a lot of the payments have been paid, and outstanding payments will be sent to the finance. So all
Yeah.
good. Let's keep on working for the final reports and send it as soon as possible. Anything else you want to
Yeah.
discuss?
No, nothing. I think we covered most of the part.
Covered.
Have a good Friday then. See you guys.
You
Bye.
too.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rakesh.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Yoshi.
Thanks, sir. Bye.